back. I know it's been a long hiatus, but we are here. This is Clutching Around Sports Talk. I'm your boy Joel, and I'm sitting here next to
Wayne.
AJ.
Yo, and we are about to get into a real heavy sports show today. I know y'all been waiting on for us to come back, so I just want to take a quick shout out to all of the followers, all the subscribers out there. Really appreciate you guys for rocking with us and staying locked in to Clutching Around Sports Talk on the Clutch Network. We are here to bring y'all. You're messing up. It's been a while. But we're here to bring y'all our takes on everything sports, right? You know, so we're gonna give y'all the unedited versions of how we feel. So we're gonna start off by talking about Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets, because the big thing that we're been talking about lately has been the vaccine. You know, unvaccinated versus vaccinated people. So apparently, what's going on right now, if you don't know, Kyrie Irving has basically not elected to take the vaccine, which has caused some issues because for the state of New York, they are mandated to take the vaccine if you're going to play in pretty much enclosed areas. So that means that before I found out today, he could not practice with the team, nor could he play home games. Now I'm aware that he can actually practice with the team because it is a privately owned business facility that they're calling it right now, which is giving him the opportunities to practice, but he still can't play home games. So what I want to do right now is I want to get y'all take on not only the vaccine, but what do you think about Kyrie Irving and what position he's put the Brooklyn Nets in right now?
I want to know, has that facility always been there? Or is this like a loophole to get Kyrie to get to practice where he don't have to be vaccinated?
I don't think it's
because
a loophole.
Even if he practicing, he still can't play.
The facility been around. It had to been around, but my thing.
But I've never heard it in Brooklyn, practicing.
The thing is, they not going.
I could be wrong.
The thing is, if you're an owner, you're not going to just keep on catering to the guy.
But that's what you're doing if you get in another facility where he can practice.
Well,
that's catering.
I don't think they got another facility. I think this is the same facility. It's just they tweak the little rules for practice for now.
That's still catering.
That's for now.
That's still catering.
But
when you tweaking the rule, you finding a loophole to make it work for you.
Wayne, I'm not disagreeing with you, but listen, Wayne, check this out, Wayne. I don't think the owner's gonna keep playing Russian roulette with Kyrie. I mean, it's really no point.
So you saying they're gonna cut him? They're gonna trade him?
What choice is you gonna have? You gonna play him 50% of the time? Maybe maybe he'll have longevity for the playoffs.
No, I think Kyrie gonna give in and get vaccinated.
I think so too.
I think what we all can understand from this perspective is that if they have to find any loophole or any way for him to practice, that lets you know how desperate New York is right now.
Yeah, Brooklyn is.
And, they really don't have an option, because here's the thing. You either have that you can't trade him because Kyrie's people have come out and basically said that if you trade me,
he will retire.
And nobody's going to pick him up after that.
Nobody's going to pick him up. Nobody's going to take the chance and even trade him to even
because you're still going to deal with the same issues.
Deal with the same issues. And just because San Francisco and New York have kind of, put this together doesn't mean any other city is not going to do the same thing. So you're very
It's coming, bro. That's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming, bro.
It's coming. So Kevin Durant has come out and basically said, hey, we're going to let Kyrie pretty much figure this out. Until then, we're going to work. But what strain does that possibly put on Kevin Durant and Kyrie's relationship? Because Kyrie basically, went to Brooklyn Kevin Durant wanted him there, and both vice versa.
They put a lot on it because Kevin done went to back with him twice. They
trade
him. Now he said, "Nah, let's keep Kyrie and play." And now you crying about a vaccination and talking about you gonna do more research. I'm gonna tell you about research. Research is no good if you don't know what you research. If you can't comprehend the material that's bestowed upon you, it's no good to research it. A lot of people say, I'm going to research something, but obviously they can't look at the content and describe what's going on because it's not A and B. We talking about medical field stuff. And a lot of it get twisted because you have these conspiracy theorists who just wants to just randomly, everybody's going to die. Somebody's got to kill the earth. George Soros and Bill Gates going to kill us all. For what? I don't know why. But they're going to kill us all. They're going to kill us all. This one nation, Some of this it plays into that too. No, you grown. You can do what you want to do. You're in a free country. You're in a free country. But it's going to be consequences. It's going to be consequences. If you ain't a big boy, take your consequences.
I say this. I'll say this, and we'll move on. Shout out to my boy Lab, man. One thing he always says is, freedom of choice does not mean freedom from consequence.
Yep.
You know, at the end of the day, you still work for these people in this organization. If you don't want to take a vaccine, that is fine. It is A-OK. Go play basketball in your backyard.
The perfect example is we talk about this all the time. We talked about it with Sha'Carri Richardson. The perfect example is the marijuana thing, right? Yeah. So we have states that have legalized it, right?
Right.
But it's still a mandate in the NFL. It's still a mandate in, I think,
most leagues.
No, not most leagues.
Most professional leagues.
MLB don't have it no more, and I think the NBA don't have it no more. But in the NFL, you still can't test hot.
Right.
You know. So, but there are guys that you got to think about teams that play in California, right? Think about teams that play in Washington. Think about teams that play in Colorado, Denver. You know, you got Denver, you got the Chargers. You got all them teams.
A bunch of states are opening up, but that don't mean that.
But I'm saying, my point is, think about all those teams that they're playing in the state where it's legal, but you playing in the league where they saying you can't do it. This is just like the mandate on you playing in a state where they saying you have to be vaccinated, and you playing on a team that's saying, hey, we in this state, bro. You need to follow the rules, like. We can't just break the rules for one player.
Yeah,
just because I understand. Like, if you want to do this, you gotta understand it come with consequences. You gotta understand this may cost your job.
Yeah, is
it worth your job?
It's no different than truck drivers with mandates where you can't drink, you can't smoke weed. Well, hey, 100,000 pounds going down the road. I think you need to be sober.
But it is cool, you know, if your morals are more than, you know, mean more to you than the job. I mean, if you want to stand on that, that's
what
cool.
morals come in with a vaccination though? Like, tell me,
man. Listen.
Like, I'm just asking. Like,
if you want to get technical, morals don't have nothing to do with a vaccination.
If you want to,
I could be ignorant. I mean, because you can be wrong. No, because I mean, somebody can help me see it another way.
Listen,
so if somebody can
I'm gonna put it to you like this. I don't
mean I have to agree though.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this: if you under the age of 50. In America, and you ain't been in America, you've been vaccinated since the time you was a baby, all the way up to you was 12. So now it's a big difference because you getting
to the camera. Don't speak to me.
Because you getting a vaccination shot for some ill disease that just pops on the radar that would just start randomly spreading.
I think it only matters in some facet for people who are using it for religious purposes. But the thing about that is that at the end of the day, you still work for this particular organization.
Right.
And regardless of your religious purposes, you still have to follow those specific guidelines that they give. So, again,
put a bow on it.
Exactly. Now, I will say this. One trade offer that they pretty much, you know, brought up was Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving. Problem.
Hell no.
What?
No.
Headache for headache.
Oh,
that was a big thing that they were talking about.
I like the segue though. That boy be taking his class at Segue University.
Well, check this out.
So there was a big thing that they was talking about last week on a lot of these sports shows is headache for headache. Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving. The problem with that is that you're giving up a for sure offensive juggernaut.
Do they need more offense? Now that I think about it, because I said hell no at first, but now that I think about it, let's pause. No, what is Brooklyn gonna do with Ben Simmons? Like,
nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
Like, they don't need more offense. I mean, they got James Harden and Kevin Durant. They have offense. They got shooters. They have all that.
What does he help them with?
Yeah, exactly. What does he help you?
Nothing.
Like, he hurts you more than he helps you.
Yes, so, I mean he.
Hey man, Lakers and 4. Anyway. So here's the deal.
We jumping the gun, ain't we?
I know I'm being facetious, but here's the deal. 76ers.
What was the trade that was just rejected?
That was a trade.
No, it wasn't rejected.
No, I'm saying it was a trade that was rejected for Ben Simmons. Somebody just rejected the trade. No, was that Portland?
It may have been Portland.
Can we look that up?
I know the Houston trade.
Can we look that up? Somebody just had a trade for Ben Simmons or they just had an offer.
No, I think they just been getting offers. I don't think.
Yeah, but they made it public that it was a trade that was rejected. Like, it was a trade for Ben Simmons. I don't know which one it was, but go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I don't mean
that's probably false.
Yeah. No, this was.
Trailblazers. Yeah,
that was the Blazers. That's what I thought. Yeah, the Blazers.
Trailblazers.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna go down.
Well, it wasn't gonna go down because they were trying to give up draft picks and weren't giving up a star.
What good was it gonna be?
Of course, nobody's gonna take that trade. Like,
well, here's the deal. Well, Daryl Morey is definitely not doing that. You know, that's one thing. But speaking of Daryl Morey,
I told you about Morey. We already been on him.
Well, see, that's the thing. Where does he play in this whole situation? Because I think him as well, and he just got there, but still, in the years' time that he's been there, him,
but
Doc,
just because he just got there don't mean we don't know what kind of GM he is. He was in Houston, so we know what kind of we know what kind of general he wants to win now.
So what accountability does he have to have when the whole Ben Simmons situation?
I think he let it get out of. I think he let everything get out the locker room. I think Doc, Joel, he should have been on top of this from the get-go. He should have been like, look, after the season, office. Don't say nothing else about trades or nothing and handle it that way. He let Joel Embiid, well, of course, Joel's.
Did he let him do it or is Joel fed up?
Well, Joel can't be fed up.
Why not?
I mean, he's 7 foot. He run around pushing fans around and fighting. Who you rather have? A guy who can't shoot? Well, at least he's going to be playing. Versus a guy who gets nicked up every other weekend. Oh my God, he's out here fighting fans over a pushing scrap pick game.
Joel Embiid was an MVP candidate this year.
Man, Joel.
What are you talking about?
Joel,
what are you talking
Joel Embiid need to shut up and focus on his game. he still. Ben was missing big shots, and Joel missed a bunch of big shots too. So he got to put that weight on his shoulder as well. If you want to be the dog, he's not like he was like he wasn't balling out like Olajuwon or Shaq. He wasn't just completely just taking over games. I seen either because I seen some times when he was just lackluster down the floor.
So is it Joel's fault that
no,
the whole Ben Simmons
it's not.
It sounds like you're blaming him.
It's not his fault, but he can't come out shooting blazing gun when you ain't 100%.
Wait, he wasn't
when you
blazing
ain't
guns.
100%. If you come up 75%,
he was just being honest,
and you're not 100%. Well, sometimes you don't say nothing. He know better. He's a veteran of these politics that goes along with sports. He know better.
Politics.
Hey, all he had to do was say we gonna get him next year and run it back. He didn't have to come in there with all this yapping, all this. He trying to point fingers because at the end of the day, his thing wasn't 100% token.
I know this is not the old school dude telling boys to be politically correct.
No,
the ones that you said are too soft.
It's not politically correct.
It's politically correct.
It's called handling business accordingly. Some things you ain't gotta say.
And when you handle business accordingly, sometimes means you have to be politically
some
correct.
things you ain't gotta say. Every time somebody miss a bucket, you gonna go, hey, Red. That's not.
He didn't do that. That's not what he did. What he said. What they asked him. No, listen. They asked him a question. And they said, "What part? What do you think the game changed?" And he said he told them exactly where he felt like the game changed. When we had an open, he didn't even say his name. We had an open shot. We didn't take the shot. Then we went down court and fouled them, and they ended up opening up the lead more. That's what it was. Like he didn't say nothing wrong. He told the truth.
But Ben could have just kept it at 100 and said, "Look, we didn't handle the business. We didn't win. We didn't take care of our business."
He said that.
And left it alone.
I think he said that.
He didn't have to go all into depth with it.
That.
This a new age thing. We go into all depth with all this. Hey, look, the ball was over here at the 2 minute mark. Don't worry about the 2 minute mark. The end mark say you lost. So obviously you was on us. You suited up too, and obviously you had some bonehead plays too.
Here's the deal. The problem with that is that now you have a disgruntled star that does not trust his head coach nor his other superstar teammate.
Trust that boy said he done. That boy put his house on the market.
Well, I could see him being disgruntled.
But the only reason why he's even considering coming back to the team is because he's losing money.
He's losing bread. What he losing about now? What he at 9 million? What he at 9?
No, it'll be 10 million. If he doesn't hold out, if he holds out
all season, he'll lose 10 million.
It's at least 10 million. Yeah. At least 10 million.
So at what is he, 25? 20, you know, 20,
yeah, he up in that
26,
range, but I don't think he want to take a $10 million hit.
Who wants to basically gamble on $10 million? When nobody wants to.
It's not even that you gambling on 10 million. It's what you putting out right now. It's the fact that it's. And I'm gonna go back to what you said, but let me put this point out real quick. It's the fact that you giving up 10 million and you also not playing, and what you left on the court, like the way you left on the court, looks bad. So teams ain't really attracted to you right now.
Hey, but
then to go back to your point about Philly, this is more so on Philly's part too, because like you said, Morey let it get bad. He let it get out the locker room. He did. He let it get out the locker room. But also,
he let it get out the locker room.
Also, yeah, but also they knew this was bad from the beginning. You knew Ben Simmons couldn't shoot from the beginning.
Right.
Like you should have been trying to shop him from a long time ago.
Well, I ain't gonna say that.
Develop. No, you got coaches going to bat for him and all this kind of stuff. Like I understand what Doc was saying. Like, well, what you want me to do? Not play Ben Simmons and this and that. That came back and bit him in the butt because the very reason you was defending Ben is the reason that's what got y'all beat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that too, but I'm not saying Ben will ever develop a shot. But he at least gotta have a nice little 15 foot. He's 6'10", bro. He gotta have a nice little.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. You knew he was that kind of player when you drafted him, and you hope to develop. He going into year 5 now. I think year 5 now, and he haven't developed it. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what that remind me of? Because they did the same thing with old boy that got drafted high in the draft. Was it Michael Kidd Gilchrist? Couldn't shoot worth a lick, bro. Man. And he did the same thing. He could defend. MGK, man. He could defend. He was long. He was athletic. Couldn't shoot worth a lick. That sounds like Ben Simmons to me, don't it? Only thing Ben Simmons is probably a all-world defender, right? And he can handle the rock, and he could play. He could probably defend every position. That's cool. He can rebound, and he got great ball. He got great court vision. But the object of basketball is to put the ball in the hoop.
In the hoop, especially when you're getting paid what Ben getting paid.
Exactly.
So, he's critical to put the ball in the hoop.
And I'm saying Philly knew this 3 years ago. I don't want to hear nothing about no trust the process. Like this is so everybody got to put their hand in this and play a part in this. Doc got to play a part in this because Doc, like I said, Doc was sitting here defending this man, and we being honest, like bro, no, you can't win with that. Nope. You're not gonna win with that kind of player, bro, unless he putting up Giannis numbers because Giannis is the same kind of player. But Giannis is aggressive.
But the only difference between him and Giannis is Giannis' motor is bigger. Giannis is always going.
You ain't never got to worry about if Giannis gets 100%.
He's going.
You ain't never got to worry about if Giannis give 100%.
He's coming.
Never.
You never got to worry about it.
Ben is, I stop, I pass the ball, I'm passive. No.
So here's the deal.
Get it.
I think that more so than anything is what teams are reluctant to, make a push for Ben Simmons on. They really don't know where his heart is. You know what I'm saying? And I think that hurts him more than the shooting. You know what I'm saying? Than anything. So I think at the end of the day, from what we can collect right now from the conversation we had, I think it's really going to be more so on Ben Simmons really making his own push.
And I got a trade idea for.
He have to have the intensity. It's just like I give you a couple examples. It's like a young Kobe. Kobe come in the league. He wasn't that good of a skill of a shooter, but he could get to the spots where he wanted to. And then he made critical mistakes in big games when he's young. And he came back and did what he did. He thrived. And not only did he thrive, he caused hell. He caused literally hell.
So I got a trade idea for the Sixers, but the problem with that is it won't work because I don't know the mandates in Pennsylvania with vaccinations because I'd say trade Andrew Wiggins butt away and go to state. Like trade him away, go get Ben Simmons and send him to Philly. But then I don't know because Philly, let's not sleep. Philly make me mad because Philly do this thing. They do because they got a lot of talent. Like Tobias Harris Tobias Harris is a max player.
Yes, he getting paid max money, but last year he didn't show up in the playoffs neither.
When I say max player, I mean they get paid.
He getting paid max players, but last year in the playoffs, his max game.
That's why I'm saying Philly make me mad, bro. Like they make me mad. Like and I would say trade to do the trade with Golden State, but like trading Andrew Wiggins away that's giving Philly your problem.
But he took the vaccine.
Man, they not gonna take him.
Wiggins took the vaccine.
But I'm saying that's giving Philly I'm saying Philly getting the same problem with Andrew Wiggins because he just like Tobias Harris.
That's true.
Well, on the skills part you talking.
He just like Tobias Harris.
That's a
and
two.
Then it's only I think maybe a handful of teams that really run their offense through a big man. So I don't know.
It's only two teams that run it. Denver and
Philly. That's the two teams I can think of right off the top.
Because they had to. Because you got to think Murray wasn't there last year. Right. So when he come back, the
Lakers try to run their. Speaking of, we can go to the Lakers, but the Lakers try to run their offense through Anthony Davis.
They run it through Anthony Davis, but Anthony Davis is not a 5 or a 4. He's
a big. I said a big.
He basically a 6'10" small forward with a lot of ultra skills.
So here's the deal. When it comes to that, I know Wayne mentioned about putting the ball in the hoop, and one thing we want to definitely speak on is I think the Lakers have finally fixed that issue that they had. They found guys that can put the ball in the basket when needed.
Yep.
And right now we can go through their roster on what we think about it, but I think getting guys like Melo, getting guys like, now that I'm looking at their preseason games, the third preseason game against the Warriors, how they play.
Man, they kept Wes Matthews.
Matthews consistent.
No, he not.
Matthews is consistent.
That's not.
He's a consistent defense player.
I'm about to say no.
He's a consistent defense player. That's all you need him for. What else you need him for?
No, he's not even. He's
not.
Even
that's not. That can't be. I don't think
so.
That's
Yeah, being able to get guys like Carmelo Anthony, guys like Malik Monk, guys like Kendrick Nunn.
Yep.
Those guys
Trevor
are putting
guys
the
that
ball.
can score.
Guys that can score, man. They're putting the ball in the basket when needed. And then you got, especially last night watching the preseason game, THT, young guys, but also offensive and defensive rebounding. Dwight Howard was killing the boys last night against the Warriors, which is something the Warriors are really missing right now.
They don't have a big man.
They don't have a big man right now.
A true big man.
They
don't have a big body.
They have a big body. So teams like that, even though I think, playing the Warriors is one of the best, preseasons to do because they switch so much, so you can really figure your defense out. And I think the Lakers are also figuring that out with their new additions and their new additions to the roster because they're trying to figure out how they're going to be able to manipulate, teams defensively.
But they're not going to be able to manipulate the Warriors. The Warriors going to be the Warriors. What you're going to have to do with the Warriors is control the pace. They can't get into a shooting gun with them. You're not going to beat them, especially with Klay Thompson coming back.
Right.
That's not your matchup with these Splash brothers.
Man,
plus the other little guy, plus the other little guy too. He's nice. He's a bit underrated, but the guy can put him up with the best of them.
He definitely can.
And you got three of them. And do not try to get in no shooting contests with these guys. If the league is on the wire right now. If y'all get into a shooting contest with the Warriors, you will lose.
The season gonna
flat out. So you control their pace and bang them.
So here's the deal. What do you think about the Lakers roster as is right now with the additions that they made and the subtraction and additions?
They roster right now. That set them to be at the top of the throne.
Mm-hmm. They built a full roster.
Last year they had like 8 guys. This year they got 10.
They about 10 deep. No, they know.
And it's veteran.
It's veteran and it's
more
young.
Consistent play.
No, it's not
it's
that.
More consistent
it's
play
veteran,
overall.
It's veteran heavy.
It's
veteran heavy, but they got good young guys that know they can score.
You can't rotate off of them and just leave them open.
That's the big thing.
You can't just rotate off of them and leave them open no more.
No. Because the way I've been what Ken Bazemore went off last night from behind the arc. It was those
guys.
Shooters,
bro. They
got shooters, man, and that's one thing that to be perfectly honest with you, was the issue with I know Rob Pelinka talked about this, which is sometimes when you got a guy like LeBron that when he passes you the ball, he's passing you the ball because he's looking to you to make the shot, and that ball gets a little heavier because of who's passing it, who's getting passed to. But the thing is that you don't have to worry about that with a guy like Melo because Melo is accustomed
looking to shoot the ball.
He looking to shoot it. The ball is as light as it's ever been when it touches Melo's hands.
Does it touch his hands?
No, it doesn't.
Because as soon as Melo getting it, he's shooting it.
It does.
He's shooting.
I mean, that's just.
Hey, Melo is Melo, and he's gonna be Melo.
I think they liked guys like KCP, but KCP
needed to be a little more consistent.
He needed to be a little bit more consistent, and he would shy away from big moments.
Yeah, he didn't hit when they needed him to. I'm not learning, but I learned this a long time ago.
I'm thinking the guy who missed out on $85 million. I'm thinking about this guy.
I ain't nobody worrying about Schroeder.
No, I'm thinking
ain't nobody
about
worrying
him.
about Schroeder.
I'm thinking about this guy. I didn't even call his name out. You called the man
We
out.
know who it is. We gonna say his name. I ain't scared.
He got Mr. $85
Gold patch.
million. I'm thinking this guy. I'm just saying this guy. I think this guy had a golden opportunity to learn something, and he tried to get more money. And it wasn't there.
He
for
bet on
him.
himself, and he shouldn't have. He lost that bet.
Oh my!
He bet on
goodness.
black. Should have bet red. Anyways, but I'm gonna say this, and then we can move on. We can move on to the MVP,
That's
to the MVP
about.
talk. But look, I'm learning that guys want I hear about all this. Oh, you got a bunch of shooters on your team. You got shooters and all this kind of stuff. And it's cool to have shooters on your team, but you want guys that can hit shots when you need them to hit a shot. Like, I want that. Like, I'm cool with guys that shoot 40% from three. That's cool. That's all. Like, you want that guy to shoot 40%. But I need that guy when I need a bucket. I need you to know how to get a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I need. Like, so that's what the Lakers ended up doing. They got guys that. Yeah, they got guys that can shoot, Trevor Arizas and the Melos, all that, and the Wayne Ellingtons. Yeah. Like, they got shooters like all that, the Kent Bazemores, all those guys, Kendrick Nunn, all those guys can shoot. But they went and got guys that like, hey man, when I put the ball in your hands, like, go make something happen.
But you need the dirty guys too. You need the guy who gonna put the elbow in there. Okay, maybe
they got the dirty guys. Trevor Arizas, they dirty guy.
Trevor
Arizas, they got the Dwight Howard. They got
the dirty guys.
They got the dirty guys, bro. They got dirty guys.
I'm talking about the real.
Ray John.
I'm talking about the dude that go in there and bust somebody in the mouth for a tick and go home.
You never seen Rondo play?
Rondo old right now.
Yeah.
He can't.
Dwight just got a tick, but I'm not even doing that.
Kent Bazemore get up in there too, bro. Don't think
you gotta have them on the team too. You gotta have the guy gonna hit the floor.
And honestly though,
pick the ball.
Do you really need that kind of players on? Because LeBron don't really need goons on his team. LeBron really ain't never really had like dudes that was like goons on team. Because dudes don't really try LeBron. Dudes don't really try LeBron's team.
Well, I mean, he's 6'8", 260. I mean, really, who really can handle him? Who really?
And that's
can?
A big team, bro. Boys ain't really trying.
Who really can? Who can really?
They're not trying to be out physical. They're not trying to out. You're not going to out physical the Lakers.
Who
You're
really?
Not.
No.
The way to beat the Lakers is you got to outshoot them.
Definitely.
You got to outrun them and outgun them.
You got to outrun them. That's the way to beat the Lakers this year.
And right now they set for number one
for
in
the season
in the West. In the West,
it's the playoffs, bro. You know how the playoffs get played. Matchups make the games, bro. That's why the season gonna be interesting too, because it's gonna be a lot of games. Like it's gonna be, y'all think it's gonna be like where the Lakers are set up to be number one. Lakers can mess around.
You got Utah,
be the 2, 3, 4 seed because.
Well, you got Utah still out there.
You got load management because of matchups certain nights. Mm-hmm. It could just be the schedule.
You got Utah still sitting out there.
I ain't worried about Utah.
And you got.
I'm not worried about Utah in the season, in the regular season, because Utah do great every regular season. Mm-hmm. Like they my sleeper. Like when we get to that, I got them on that.
And you still got Phoenix. If Phoenix get a little more acquisition in the paint, they could be still scary.
Well, you hoping that Aiden take another step.
Well, everybody wants to, but we'll see.
So we'll get into that. Right now, I want to really talk about the MVP race and who do you think? You know what? I'll say let's go ahead and flip it. Like you said, let's talk about the teams right now that are sleeper teams, and then we'll get into the MVP race to end basketball. Mm-hmm. Who do you have for your sleeper teams in the NBA right now this year?
My sleeper team.
Sleeper team.
Who gonna make the playoffs and cause some havoc?
I'm waiting on it. What you got?
Man, there ain't no really sleeper teams, man. I'm gonna tell you like this here. I'm gonna tell you who.
You don't think it's no sleeper team?
No, really. Everybody gonna be who they are. Only team who will shock me, that will really shock me this year, will be Miami.
Well, that's the sleeper.
That's not a shocker.
They will shock me.
Miami good every year.
No, they solid every year, but if they could get past one of these other teams like Milwaukee and the Nets, that's my point. That's what I want. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no team.
You don't think Atlanta's a sleeper?
Atlanta's a sleeper. But, again, you have Trae Young, and who else do you have?
They just made the Eastern Conference Finals with Trae Young.
That's my point.
Like, what you mean?
I don't see that happening.
And Cam Reddish didn't play. They got a good team, bro. John Collins.
I don't see that happening again. I don't see that happening again with a healthy Bucks and a healthy next team. I don't see it.
Do not sleep on Atlanta.
I do not see it happening again.
Don't sleep on Atlanta.
Herder can shoot with the best of them.
I don't see it.
Herder be hurting you.
I don't see it happening again.
You know what's crazy is Milwaukee is still a sleeper team and they won a championship.
No, they not a sleeper team.
Yes, they are. Let me tell you why.
How they sleeper team?
Because nobody talking about them. What we talking about in the East?
How they talking about them?
How about this? Answer this. Who's the favorite in the East?
The same too.
Who's the favorite in the East?
It's either gonna be.
Who's the favorite in the East?
It's gonna be Nets or Milwaukee. Nets or Milwaukee.
Who just won championship?
I'm gonna say Nets.
Who just won championship?
The Milwaukee won championship.
Why are they not the favorite?
Because a healthy.
No, listen.
Because a healthy Nets team beat them, and you know this.
What team do you know when you win a championship? You're not the favorite the next year.
Well,
who's the favorite?
The Rockets was.
No, listen.
The Rockets was
coming into the season.
The Spurs was.
Listen to me now.
I'm giving you answers.
Coming into the NFL. That's not true.
I gave you answers.
Coming into the NFL. Coming to the NFL season. Who's the favorite to win the Super Bowl? Coming into the NFL season.
Am I favorite? To win the Super Bowl.
Who was the realistic favorite? Not Jarvis's Fantasy Island favorite, where the 49ers go 17-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You saying who was the favorite team? Kansas City and Tampa Bay. Duh.
Okay.
Tampa Bay.
Who was in the Super Bowl last year?
Damn Bay.
Exactly. So,
Right.
You further proving my point. I'm saying you proving my point. You talking about the Rockets wasn't favorite. What you talking about?
When the Rockets won 8 back-to-back, they last year, they wasn't the favorites. They said, "Oh, Utah's gonna come back."
If we really want to be
and
honest,
The Rockets were favorite.
They wasn't the favorite.
Phoenix is still a sleeper
The Rockets
team,
were
even
favorite.
though they are in the finals.
I got them on the list too.
They're a sleeper team.
They still a sleeper team. They
Yep.
made the finals.
They technically are, but as again, a healthy Lakers team in the lineup, they not there. No way they there. We know this. A healthy Nets team.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
They not there.
The Lakers still had issues that they fixed with their roster in the offseason. They still had people who, whenever they needed a bucket, they couldn't give it to them.
They had issues, but you gotta remember, this is gonna be a healthy Golden State team coming up. Clay's back.
So your sleeper teams are who?
My sleeper team. I'll pick
Sound like you
one
got
from the
Golden-
East.
it sound like
I
Golden
pick
State
Miami
and
out the
Miami.
East and Golden State from the West.
Okay.
That's it.
Who you got?
Them the only teams that
Sleeper
shocked me.
teams in East. Yeah, Miami, Atlanta, and I said Milwaukee because even though they won the finals, they still a sleeper team because nobody's talking about them.
They're not a sleeper team.
You can say that all you want, but nobody's talking about Milwaukee winning.
I got
And
Miami.
hold on, I ain't get to the West yet. In the West, I got. Man, I like Dallas. I like the Mavericks, bro, and I
do too.
like Denver with Jamal Murray coming back. I put Utah just because Utah gonna have a great regular season, and I'm just waiting on them to get over this hump of figuring it out in the playoffs. Like, it's like they get into the playoffs and they get against teams that are just as good as them or maybe a little bit better than them, and they can't figure it out.
Yeah, they fold.
Yeah,
They fold. I personally have.
they like the Colts.
Ah.
they like the Colts when they had Peyton Manning. They like the Colts when they had Peyton Manning, bro. Like, it's like they have a 13-3 season every year, and then they get to the playoffs and run to Tom Brady. Whoop. So much for that.
Well, it wasn't their fault. The kicker just wide left. Wide left.
Boy, Vander Jack.
Wide left. Well, Mr. Vander Jack.
Mr. Vander Jack.
Talk big game, but wide left.
So I got Miami, Golden State, and another sleeper team nobody's talking about is Chicago. I got Chicago. I got Chicago because I really think Chicago with Caruso, with Lonzo, with Zach LaVine, and with my boy DeRozan. DeRozan, that's gonna be a problem. They got White over there. They got a lot of guys over there. I think
You got some talent over there.
And here's the thing. I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna move on. Don't be surprised if
She asked with a cash hit.
boom. But don't be surprised with this team that they put together now. The Lakers are obviously setting up for them to win right now. Don't be surprised if they're setting it up for Anthony Davis to make a comeback back home to Chicago.
Nah, Lakers got it set up for him to be the franchise.
He's
player.
not going back to Chicago.
He in LA, bro.
Hey, listen.
What you getting in Chicago that you can't get in LA?
Listen.
Not-
I never would have
he's
thought
not-
Dwayne Wade was gonna go back home. And
That
play.
one went home for a year because he just.
Was it a year?
Bro,
Or
trying to
was it
find-
like
it was for-
7 months?
I mean, he went to the playoffs with him and all
Yeah,
that. He played with Rondo. Rondo was on that
It's not
team.
about 7 months.
Rondo
man.
was on
It
that
wasn't
team.
a whole year. Just a
Look,
season.
if Rondo was healthy that year, they beat Boston in that playoff series.
They do.
I'm telling you, that's another
They
story
do.
though.
They do. That's a different story.
Nah.
Yeah. So let's get into the MVP race.
Boston don't even make it to the Eastern Conference Finals that year. I'm telling you.
Who do y'all got for the MVP race this year?
MVP.
Yes, sir. Actually, give me your top 3 picks.
Kevin Durant, Luka, and I got my sleeper. I think Trey Young might sneak up.
Oh, ice trading game.
I might
Come
think
on.
I'm liking this little funny looking dude. This dude, I'm liking this dude, man. This dude here putting it out there, man. I'm like,
right, so
little hair like mad scientist. That's his new name, the mad scientist.
So my top three, because my top three, the way I do MVP, I literally treat it as most valuable player.
Yes.
So my favorites is going off of the situations. It's gonna be every year. Giannis gonna be at the top because most valuable. Giannis gonna be at the top, and it's Luka and Dame Lillard is right there. Right. Steph may be coming in a close fourth, but my sleeper pick, It's gonna surprise y'all. My sleeper pick is Devin Booker.
Oh,
Well,
I was wrong.
Well,
sleeper
Booker plays.
My sleeper pick is Devin Booker. And you got to think about. I'm saying this because you got to think about the way I judge MVP.
Booker plays
if
big.
You're literally the most valuable player. If they're winning because of you.
Well, if you take Booker from Phoenix, it's
They're not
guaranteed they ain't winning nothing.
Here's the thing.
They ain't a lottery pick.
With that because they just lost in the fashion that they lost in. They were this close. It's motivation.
Yep.
I you know what I'm saying?
I think he on revenge season, bro.
Yeah,
like
motivation.
that's why he my sleeper pick. He on revenge season. Dame just gonna be consistent. And Dame, listen, no Dame in Portland, they're not winning.
No.
Simple as that. That's why he my top 3 MVP. No Luka in Dallas, they not winning.
No.
Simple as that.
No.
Honestly, no Giannis in Milwaukee. They're not winning, bro.
No.
That is how I pick my MVP.
Those are superstars.
I feel like Brooklyn can still compete without Kevin Durant because they got James Harden and Kyrie Irving. So I'm not picking Kevin Durant.
If Kyrie there.
Joel Embiid, I would say Joel Embiid, but I still feel like Philly would be bottom. But because I still
it's the East though.
And it's the East.
I think they
so
can
I feel
still
like they still
squeeze
into the playoffs.
They still squeeze
I can't say Jason Tatum because he got a guy with him.
Well,
Even though Jason, I still think he's gonna be a monster this year.
They have depth too. They got a little depth too.
Nah, they don't really have a lot of depth.
They
on
got
that
some
team no
depth
more.
too because they add.
Can I add one more sleeper team?
Who?
New York Knicks.
Oh man.
Oh, the Knickerbockers.
I'm gonna add the New York Knicks.
You
bro.
think they back? You think they
I
are
think the
back?
Knicks gonna be all right, bro.
You think last year? You think last year wasn't a
They
fluke?
made the playoffs last year.
You think it wasn't a fluke?
They made the playoffs. They made this. They lost in the first round.
You don't think it was a
They
fluke?
lost to Atlanta. They lost to Atlanta. They lost in the first round, but they made the playoffs last year. After I don't even know how long of a slump since they had Melo, right?
You think it was?
They added Kimba. They
Yeah.
re-signed Derrick Rose. I think they're gonna be all right.
You don't think it was a
People gotta
fluke?
stay healthy though, man.
I don't think it was a fluke, bro. I think Julius Randle figured it out, bro. Listen, bro, sometimes it's all about getting with the right team, bro, and letting teams let you cook, bro. Y'all need to understand, in the NBA, it's 15 men on that roster. All 15 of them dudes can play.
I say 12. The other 3 just
Nah, man, all
carry
15 of them dudes can play, bro.
The other 3,
Listen,
the other 3
I'm
just carry.
gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna take the last 3 that you ain't saying can play. I'm gonna get them. And I'm gonna go get about 8 more, and I'm gonna make a team. And guess what? I'm gonna be competitive.
I ain't saying
all them dudes can play, bro.
I ain't saying they can't.
Just
I ain't
because
saying
plays not being called up for them dudes
I
don't
ain't
mean they
say-
can't play, man.
I ain't say they couldn't play. I said they got 15 on the active roster, 12 active, 3 always travel.
No, you said
man,
you
them
said
boys
you
can
said
play,
Now I ain't saying they could
yeah,
play.
she said 12
Them
can
boys
play.
can play,
12
bro.
can play.
They
12
can
can
play.
play.
That means 3 of them can't.
Three of them 3 of them will not be activated that night every night.
That's fine, but they can still hoop, bro. You run an offense through them, and you let them keep developing, they'll be just like another player, bro. Unless they got their mindset wrong. But talent wise, a lot of these dudes
Some
have
people just
great
need a
talent,
shot.
man. Yeah. A lot of these dudes, we getting off subject.
Yeah,
we
getting off subject.
That's another subject. I ain't gonna get in depth.
But
with
that's my out. If I had to add another sleeper team, that'd be them and them my MVP pick. Them my MVP picks. I got Luka, Giannis, and I got Dame Lillard. That's my top 3. My 4th, I would throw Joel in there. Maybe Steph. Maybe. And I just want to point out, this is the first time in a long time LeBron is not a top 5 MVP candidate. MVP favorite.
He's watched King.
I understand that. No, he no watch King, but I understand why he not though.
He's watched
Because
King,
I understand why. But that's my top 3. My sleeper is, I I actually think Devin Booker gonna win it, but that's my sleeper pick. If I would put money on Devin Booker winning it. I just think because of what they did last year, people kind of crowned him the next Kobe. They already kind of crowned him that. And
in the NBA 75 commercial, they got
him pulling up,
pointing
at the Kobe
at
mural.
Kobe.
Yeah, so I mean,
Well, Kobe gave him some toolage. I see.
Kobe gave a lot of
Oh,
boys
he
too.
gave some toolage.
Kobe gave
But-
Jason Tatum
But
tools
for
too.
some reason,
gave toolage.
Devin Booker is the guy that they've crowned to be to step in those shoes. So I can understand where Wayne's coming from as far as picking him to be the guy. But let's move a little bit off of NBA and let's get into some football because, hey man, we are in the fall and winter months, coming ahead. So this football time, bro. So what we want to talk about now is the NFL has been going on for about a month now.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a time to assess what looks good.
5
teams,
games.
5
games
in.
We 4.5 because they already played the Thursday night game. So we
You're
4.5.
right. You're right.
Correct.
So, what are we thinking about teams 4.5 games in?
right now, the league looking real competitive right now. Bunch of teams.
And I know what Wayne's finna say.
Bunch of teams are going like this. Bunch of teams are holding on for dear life, and then some already out of there. You know, a couple of them already started. What 0-4, 1-3. They done.
Early season.
They already done.
We gotta.
They already might as well just put them in the lottery.
Yeah, we kind of got the same evaluation because my evaluation
But
off
it's
the
competitive.
first month, it is competitive.
It's competitive. You can't really say you can't by what we seen for the first game. You can't really say who's the top team.
So with that,
It's like a whole bunch just sitting here hovering around, going fighting it out, and I like that. I like that. I like a hit. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Everybody's swinging.
Ankle biters.
Oh yeah, ankle biters.
Yeah,
they
ankle
all
biters.
on the nipples and everything. Just
nipples.
Ooh, they just biting. Boy.
How they go from the ankle to the nipples?
Oh, man, they just bite. It's body shots, baby.
Okay.
He put you in the headlock, you bite him, and you know what I'm saying.
All right, I'm with it.
You trip. It's hey man.
I'm with it.
It's
no,
action.
I like what you're saying because it is
action.
It is actually a very competitive season. That's why my evaluation in the first month is I really feel like there will be new teams in the Super Bowl. Like it won't be the regular teams. Like it won't be the Chiefs. It won't be the Bucks. It won't be the Packers that everybody think it'll be. And as much as they heard me to say, it won't be the Packers. I feel like it won't. Like it won't be the Bills. Like actually, I think it will be the. Like I feel like it'll be. I won't say who my Super Bowl picks is yet, but I feel like it'll be new teams.
Well, the Packers only lost one game. One game.
What are we talking about? No, but that don't mean nothing to me. I'm talking about the way the season is shaping up. I'm looking at how teams have been playing. I've been watching I watch the Packers every week for a month. I know how they play. They're not going to the Super Bowl. If they do, that's a great job.
Well,
I'm gonna be surprised because they have the talent to go.
My team not going either. So
yeah, your team's for sure not going. Your team's for sure not going. But I'm telling you, I'm just looking at the season. I just really feel like it's gonna be some new. Like there's a lot of really good young new teams that can surprise a lot of teams. And the beauty of football, the beauty of the playoffs in football is any given Sunday. You only got to be better than that team that day.
We just saw that last week.
Yeah,
the Giants.
We saw that with the Jets. The Jets just won. They beat the Titans. Yeah. Right?
And it wasn't a fluke.
It wasn't a fluke. It took overtime to win.
They literally went in there and beat them.
I mean, New England went toe to toe with Super Bowl champs. Did we not see that?
New England was one field goal. No, 5 yards away
from winning that game.
Not one field goal.
No, New England was a batted pass away from winning that game because if he don't bat, if
you talking about on the third
if Shaq Mason don't bat that, if my boy don't bat that pass down, that's a first down. He may be running for a little bit. No, that range. That's ball game.
If he didn't bat that pass down, the guy would have probably ended up on the 20-yard line because it was
field goal range to win the game.
It wide and open like.
Exactly. They lost the game by what? He dunked it, right?
Yeah, he dunked it. Yeah, just say a yard, but I say he needed an extra 5 yards.
Yeah, but to finish my point. My point is what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of really good teams, like young teams. I'm waiting to see how Cincinnati looks against Green Bay this weekend. I want to see how they look. Because right now they're winning their division. Right now they're leading their division. But I want to see how they're going to look against a good team. So I want to see how they look against Green Bay. I trust Baltimore because I trust Lamar Jackson. There's really good team. Cleveland, I'm not totally sold on yet. I'm sold on their defense.
Hey.
I'm sold on their defense completely.
I'm sold on their defense. Cleveland got a defense but I'm not sold, running back.
I'm not sold on their offense yet because they got a run game. But yeah,
they got running back.
But in the playoffs, you're going against teams that stop the run. You're going against teams that are really good. You're going against teams that know what you're going to do. So what do you want? Like, so in the playoffs, you're going against teams that's going to take away what you do with it.
I thought about that dynamic, but really, do they? Do they?
Do who what?
Really, do they go in and stop the run?
In the playoffs, teams take the first thing. Okay, on the board. I'm going to tell you right now. This is what it is. I'm going to tell you right now.
Man,
the first thing you do when you get a game plan together against a team is, what do they do well? Oh, they run the ball? Take it away.
Wait, that's cool.
We got to take it away.
I want to ask a question.
We got to take that away.
I want to ask a question, though. How is it that you can have Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham?
Well, Jarvis is hurt.
Well, I know, but I'm saying you have them on the team.
Mm-hmm.
How and it's been like that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have those two guys on your team and your offense, as far as going by air?
It's all about your system too. The play calling.
One reason is they gear more for running.
Exactly.
Down, they linemen are more downhill. If you get their linemen set and just pass blocking, they're not great pass blockers. But however,
hold on,
you can alleviate that. But
hold on, that's not just that. Yeah,
their
it's
quarterback
that,
is not.
Thank you.
There you go.
I
was getting there.
There you go.
Their quarterback is not so trustworthy.
You was dancing around it. Is what you was doing.
Stepping back.
I'm gonna lead you to the water.
You have to give him some leeway, breakaway, space to operate. If you're not, if you just sticking back there and tell him go back deeper, he's messing up.
So can we just do you think? Y'all thinking? I want to put this out there. Y'all think a Cam Newton, Deshaun Watson going to Cleveland?
No, they're gonna ride Baker to the wheels.
They gonna ride. Let me tell you, no, they're not. Stop this.
I swear
no,
they're
not.
will.
They're not gonna ride Baker. They're not gonna ride Baker. They will not ride Baker. Let me tell you why. Because they were gonna ride Baker, they would have paid Baker this season.
Now they're gonna ride him.
Because Baker's due for a contract, and that's why they have not paid Baker yet. Because Baker has not. Why do you think they just paid Dak?
They didn't pay Dak at first, did they?
Hey, look,
Dak had to prove himself.
He proved himself.
I'm a Cowboy.
He proved himself.
Dak is playing.
Dak is
playing.
And
Dak proved himself from the jump start.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he
when
didn't.
he first started.
No, he didn't.
Did he
no,
make mistakes?
Dak didn't prove himself.
He looked like a
Dak
freshman.
did not prove himself until they put the ball in his hands. Because they took the ball away from Dak.
Man, you can
That's
say,
why they hadn't paid him.
Man, you can say what you want. Dak proved himself from jump start. He did what they asked him to do. It ain't his. He wasn't calling the play. Dak did what he asked him to do. He had low mental ability, and he balled out.
A lot of plenty of Cowboys.
And I don't like the Cowboys. And you know I don't like the
Cowboy
Cowboys.
fans.
They didn't trust Dak. They didn't trust Dak because the offense. Jason Garrett won.
That was the problem. Jason Garrett.
He wasn't putting the ball in Dak's hands. But when the ball got put in Dak's hands, Dak actually did. He did exceed. He succeeded. I'm sorry. He succeeded. He exceeded expectations.
Yeah, by far. And they still didn't pay him.
They only didn't pay him for a year. They franchise. They only didn't pay him for a year. That was last year. They didn't pay him.
Man,
he was coming into last season and they didn't pay him. And when he got hurt, you for sure knew they wasn't gonna pay him.
Well, yeah, but
you knew that.
Yeah, but we talked about this earlier. They could have gone ahead and saved themselves the misery and employment and gone pay the man and moved on from there and been 2-3 steps ahead right now. But okay, it's done. It's swept on the rug. It's good. They balling out this year for some reason. As long as Jerry Jones don't step in.
If Jerry don't get in the way, they're gonna be all right.
Yeah, he's bound to get in the way. He's Jerry Jones.
Hey, look,
I hate to say it, but if Jerry don't get in the way, Cowboys, listen, when we get to our division picks. Hold on. Honestly, let's be honest though.
That division sucks.
Exactly. I don't really see nobody else winning that division. I'm picking the Cowboys because they're the only ones that can win the division. I don't see nobody else winning that division.
So who do y'all have for the MVPs for this year?
For NFL?
Football?
Yeah, for football.
I'm still running with my same.
Right now, Kyler Murray looking like the MVP.
I'm still running with my same two from week one.
Excuse me.
Well,
Who's that?
I'm still running from my same two quarterbacks from week one.
Who are they?
You just named one.
Kyler.
And God forbid.
I never heard you talk about Kyler.
I ain't never heard you say Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray was.
Run the tape.
Kyler Murray was all they had.
And then he gets settled. Kyler Murray
was all they had.
Nobody heard you say nothing about Kyler. Let me tell you how I know you ain't saying nothing about Kyler. Because he in your division.
Hey, he in my division. That's why I hate him. But
but you got him winning MVP.
But let's just talk about it. He's the problem. Do they defense scare you?
They pass rush.
No. They
pass rush.
One guy, Jones, right? One guy. One guy scare you.
Sometimes all you need is one guy. Aaron Donald is one man.
Donald
is one man.
And he's a one-man show. But that's far few in between.
That's a hell of a show.
But we can block Jones. You can block Jones from time to time. But guess what? This guy Murray, you can't control him in the pocket. You can't control him out of the. You sure as hell don't want him out the pocket because you can't catch him or touch him. He's savvy. He doesn't take stupid hits.
So this is why I'm saying there's gonna be different teams,
and
bro.
then he
Because
throw
they're
the ball.
really good teams. And takes me back to the last point. They're really good teams this year. Let's name the good teams this year that haven't been winning.
Rams.
But okay,
Rams.
You got the Cardinals.
Right. You have Buffalo.
You got Chargers.
Chargers are on top again.
Right.
Then you have you can't sleep on Cleveland.
Raiders,
we already talked.
Raiders are 3-1.
Cincinnati and Cleveland. You can't sleep on them.
I told you about Cincinnati. I want to see Cincinnati.
You can't sleep on them.
Right.
Okay. Well,
what do we think about New Orleans?
New Orleans,
they done.
No, they're not done.
They're not about Carolina. Carolina 3-1, and they just lost. They only lost.
They're not done. They're not done neither.
Okay.
They still those teams can still rip off some games on you because
Saints done, man.
If Saints find some consistency,
you don't trust him, my boy Jabu.
Who is Jabu?
All this here.
Jameis.
Oh,
No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it.
Jameson been playing good this year. He's been playing solid.
No, nobody all that.
Let me tell you
He's
something.
been playing solid.
I ain't gonna take it that far.
The Saints were not prepared for Drew Brees' return. That's pretty much what it was. They weren't prepared because
The Saints they weren't prepared for anything.
Because at the end of the day, they should have nipped the Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston quarterback battle in the bud. They knew Taysom Hill wasn't.
Yeah, they let that drag on.
That
was strategy though.
I think they
That was
knew.
strategy.
I think they already knew. It was just a point.
No, that was strategy. That was strategy.
Yeah, it was
because
a strategy
You don't want
just
teams
to
to, you
keep
don't
it.
want you don't want teams to prepare. You don't want teams to know what they're preparing
Hell, it don't matter now.
That's not true because Taysom getting burned. Taysom getting burned. He gets snaps. So
Yeah, so
I mean, you know now, but like you didn't want the Packers to prepare.
it's
That was
like
their
I
first
said,
game. You didn't want
it's
the Packers to
Sean
prepare.
Payton. This guy been around for a year.
I trust Sean Payton.
I trust
What
him.
the thing, I don't trust the Saints.
Can we really sleep on the Saints though?
You
I'm,
can.
Yes, you can.
You can.
Can we? Because I'm still interested to see what Mike Thomas gonna do when he come back, man. Like
That's my point. They haven't got they receiver, they main
You know what?
course,
You're right.
they main course back yet. They playing with
they best
slot
receiver, yeah.
receivers
I'm picking
and
them
running
up.
backs.
I picked them up in
Kamara's
fantasy. I am.
They
interested
best
to see
receiver
that.
not even
Kamara's getting all the touches basically.
And what's going on with Alvin Kamara right now?
He's their only weapon.
He's their only weapon right now.
Yeah,
do you
but
mean?
he was damn near their only weapon last year.
Yeah, but they
And
also had another back to spell him. They had
But-
Latavius Murray. In there.
But they also had another slot receiver too, but that's gone
they
too.
had Emmanuel Sanders.
So
God.
So it's like when you got a lot of players, it opens up the offense. When you limit it, you don't have no Mike Thomas on the outside. So you got what's my boy name? That's the deep threat.
Callaway.
Yeah, that's their deep threat. Marquez Callaway, right?
Yeah.
That's their deep threat. Then you got Alvin Kamara in the backfield, and Jameis is their quarterback. You really
and I don't think
kind of limited.
and I don't think Callaway can play the slot.
He their deep threat, so they gonna put him on the outside.
I don't think he can play a slot.
Yeah,
So,
they want to get him in one-on-one situations.
So, but when Mike Thomas come back, you're gonna have to focus on this guy because he catches the ball.
Exactly.
And then other guys gonna be open.
So what I want to
So
do
don't
is,
sleep on these guys right now.
So I know we got to move on.
I'm not ready to sleep on the Saints yet.
But-
I'm not quite ready to.
I'm not gonna move off of him.
Y'all,
I trust.
it's because it's so much. It's early, and this is me.
I can
This
give
is
you
me.
a blanket, buddy.
This
and
is
a
me.
pillow.
This is me being a ball player, bro. Like being a former ball player, like just knowing, like just thinking, like this. We're a month into the season, and a lot can happen, dog. Like
It can.
a lot can happen. Like right now, I see the Seahawks 2-3, right? But that division is so competitive. They're gonna beat up on each other.
That's my point.
They gonna beat up
that
on each other.
division. You can't really just call out who's the clear winner because
Exactly.
everybody. By the time this thing in, guys getting a bunch of injuries,
Yeah.
bunch of surgery because this is a rock'em
That's why
sock'em league.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready to write the Saints. I'm not ready to write the Saints off. I'm not ready to write the Seahawks off. I'm not even ready because of the firepower. We was talking about the favorites, right? I'm not even ready to write the Titans off with all their injuries right now. Like
No.
both of their best receivers are hurt.
Why would you write them off? It's 4 games and you gonna write the
That's what I'm
Titans
saying.
off?
I'm not ready
Come
to
on, man.
You're gonna laugh at me, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready to write the Falcons
They in
off.
a trash division. They winning.
Laugh at me all you want, but I'm not ready to write
They
the Falcons
winning,
off because the Falcons have too many weapons.
Well, look, I know we're gonna.
The
we
who?
Falcons. I'm not ready to write them off. To
So
be
here's the
competitive,
thing.
just to
We're
be
gonna talk
competitive,
about- we're gonna talk about a little
just to
bit
be
more
competitive.
football.
You can roll your eyes all you want, bro.
The Falcons.
Any given Sunday, I'm trying to.
Atlanta, though.
Already
Atlanta's a
right.
lottery
So
pick.
look,
bro.
we're
Already
gonna
write
talk
them
a little
off.
bit more
Atlanta's
football
a
on the
lottery
Casper
pick.
pick.
They're
We're
a
gonna
lottery
wait for the
pick.
Casper pick to talk a little bit more football.
They're a
Right
lottery
now,
pick.
Let's
bro.
go ahead and just touch on MLB real quick because this is October. This is the month of baseball right now. But baseball postseason.
Does my heart well to see them Yankees lose?
Man. First of all, let's take a moment of silence for the Yankees.
Enough of that. All right.
What?
Enough of that.
Cancun on 3.
Good riddance.
My God.
I just love to see teams try to buy championships and get knocked out in the wild card. I just love it.
But hey, I just hate that division for some reason. I hate Boston. I hate the Yankees.
No, I got respect for Boston.
I never do. I hated them.
I got respect
Hey,
for
I
Boston.
hate. You know why I hate Boston?
Only reason I don't like the Rays because I got a homie that love the Tampa Bay Rays, and I'm ready to talk. I see you know I'm ready.
I'm not no Rays hater though. I really don't. I can stand the Rays, but the Red
You know
Sox,
what?
the Yankees.
I mess with the Rays. I mess with the Rays because
guys.
the Rays are a very small market team,
Mm-hmm.
and they figured out a way to be competitive every season. Like I don't know how they do, but that
Yeah,
I
they
respect.
lost
And I respect
like-
the Red Sox because if you go on that long of a drought, you
lost
finally
like-
start winning.
They
bro.
got
Like,
all new
you gotta
breed.
respect that.
The Rays got all new breeds. This
No,
year.
you know the Rays got a team full
they
of
roster,
baseball players.
They rosters all.
Team full of baseball
You
players.
know what?
Like,
I didn't really care. I don't really care for the Red Sox like that because
hate
they
the Red
cheated as
Sox.
well, and they got swept under the rug when the Astros stuff.
Yankees
came out.
too. Yankees too.
I don't necessarily care for the Yankees because
They got swept.
the Yankees talked a lot of mess about the Astros, and they lose to us every year.
Every year.
Yeah, they used to every year, and now you got Mr. $300 million man and Garrett Cole.
He's dead to me.
bro. 300.
He's dead to me.
Dog.
He's dead
I
to
wanted
me.
that lottery for $700 million.
It was
This
beautiful.
Guy got contract. For
It was
guaranteed
beautiful watching that boy get the
$300
hook. Yeah, give him the hook. Get him out of here.
You know what I'm saying? You know
Get him out of here after the second inning. Get him out of
He
here.
could have stayed. He could have stayed with Houston. He could have took.
He
a
really
pay
could have. He could have took a pay cut. He could have been the ace.
It really wasn't a pay cut. He could have just signed for $150 million and been.
That's a
done.
pay cut. He making $300 million. That's a pay cut.
But
That's a pay cut.
Going through the teams right now. Go up a little bit, man. Going through the teams right now. We got the Red Sox and the Rays. Right now, it looked like the Rays were the more dominant team in Game 1, and then you see in Game 2, Boston just kind of.
Well, Red Sox got that. I've been watching them too. The Red Sox got that. They got that kind of offense, bro. Like they kind of got like the Astros offense where they don't have the firepower as the Astros, but they got that offense where when
They sneaky though.
they can get hot.
They
They can
sneaky.
get hot. Yeah, it
They
only takes.
sneaky though.
Yeah, they sneaky. It only
I,
takes 1 or 2
I ain't
minutes.
gonna,
and
I
they
ain't
get hot.
gonna, I ain't gonna be silly enough to write the Red Sox.
No,
out.
don't
They
be.
here for a reason.
Don't be bro.
But-
And let me tell you why. Because they've been there before.
Oh, yeah.
They've been there before.
That's another
and
thing.
And they just I don't know. They pitching always step up when it's time to be. Chris Sale might be a little washed, but
He's still good in the playoffs though, because he getting his regular rest.
He may give you 4 innings. It's just when he get to that 5th inning, that arm get a little fatigued because he throws so hard.
Yeah.
He throws so hard, so that arm get a little fatigued. So you can get him after about that 2nd time, 3rd time through the lineup. But I ain't gonna sleep on it. Listen, when you get to this point of the playoffs, bro, everybody good.
Yeah.
Everybody good. The Rays good because the Rays can pitch.
Hey, what about the Brewers?
They
yesterday?
loud. Brewers are nice because the Brewers got the best. They
Josh Hayden.
they got this. They got this.
Bruh.
They got
hater.
nice
Oh,
They
Hayden,
bullpen.
got
yeah.
they got this unique way of pitching.
They got
Where
nice
they got these
bullpen.
starters.
They got nice.
So they got
bullpen.
starters.
They
Yeah.
But
bullpen.
they don't finish the game. Like they got like what they call them openers. That's what they call them. They don't call them close. They call them openers. Where they go 1, 2, 3 innings and then they go straight to their bullpen.
They bullpen
Yeah,
is nice
they have a
though.
great bullpen.
They bullpen is
and
nice.
they get timely hits. You know they got Yelich. They got good guys on their
They
team.
saving a lot.
Yeah.
with their
But
bullpen
honestly,
like this.
the biggest competition to the Astros is probably probably
I don't know, man.
Giants are good, man. Giants are good.
Say man,
Giants are
everybody.
good, man. Don't sleep on the Braves though.
You finna say the Dodgers?
I want to say the Dodgers, but the Dodgers injuries, their injuries is what's hurt them. You know, they pitching injuries.
Kershaw's, yeah.
They pitching. They don't have Kershaw. Bueller's not playing.
And then they
Bueller's
keep
not
mounting
pitching.
up too.
Yeah,
So-
and then they lost my boy because he can't keep his hands off his wife. Long time ago.
Oh yeah.
Well, they should have lost. He should
And
never
I don't
play.
mess with him no way because he was ready to jump on the Astros and I was like, boy, you ain't even good. Get out my face, boy.
He should have never played anyway.
Yeah, get out of here.
Not
man.
just because of the Astros, but I'm gonna just take it for the women.
Yeah, man. Keep your hands off
Beating
women.
up on women.
Keep your hands off women, man. Hey,
So-
listen.
Beating up on
Hey,
women.
fellas, keep your hands off the women, man.
What is wrong with you?
So who do y'all have is the biggest threat to the Astros right now?
Giants. Don't sleep on the Braves. I really don't want y'all to sleep on the Braves, bro, because they got. Let me tell you why, bro. Because they won the division after they lost their best player. They lost their best hit and they still won the division.
Man, look, man.
And they barely lost that game yesterday.
Look, man.
They barely lost.
Look, we got
They won yesterday.
Astros.
I mean, they won early. They won early. I'm sorry, they won earlier today.
Astros lineup. Astros lineup is bar none, but what get us is the bullpen.
Bullpen killers every time.
Our bullpen is not
Bullpen
matching
played
up
well
with
yesterday
these
though.
guys.
Bullpen played well yesterday though.
It's not matching
Bullpen
up.
went 4 innings, 4 scoreless innings yesterday.
Say, if we keep this up, we gonna be hell to beat. But that
I'm not worried about the White Sox. White Sox can't hit. They don't hit well enough. For us.
No, but that's my point. When you get to teams who does, this bullpen is shady. You got 1, 2, and then after that, a bunch of question marks.
I like Presley.
A bunch of question marks.
I like Graveman.
A bunch of
No, I
question
like Matone. Matone did good. 88. I like him. He was good. He did all right.
marks.
And then Greek is in the bullpen now.
Yeah, I still don't like that move.
I like the move. Let me tell you why I like that
I'd
move.
rather have Greinke starting.
That's basically he is gonna start. He probably gonna be the fifth starter.
You gonna put it.
What he
That's
gonna
my
do
point.
He
You
gonna
gonna
be
put
the
him
long
in
reliever.
fifth.
He gonna come in and give you 4 innings, and then they gonna pull him, and they gonna go to the bullpen.
I think he should go 6.
Nah, he can't go 6 no more. Because once he go to 5 and 6, that's when they start hitting him because the ball start rising. So Greinke's his strength is keeping the ball down. He's a ground ball hitter. He's an off-speed guy. He has great glove. He's got gold gloves. That's his strength. Mm-hmm. His problem is he's a little older in age. So once he gets fatigued, he starts to the elbow starts to come up, and the ball start coming up.
Man, our bullpen is scaring me.
No, I'm not worried about I'm
The
worried
first,
about, certain guys.
You weren't scared. You weren't scared the first 4 innings it started out 2-0. Astro.
Who's pitching? You talking about Wood? You talking about Lance?
The last game. It started out.
Oh, you talking about
started out 2-0.
No,
then it went 4-2. I was scared.
I watched him all season, bro. Farmer do this. Farmer does that.
Bro, I was scared.
This is what Farmer do. He is good for getting himself in trouble. He is good for that. He is good. I'm telling you, he like Curious George. He keep himself in trouble, and then he somehow, some kind of way, he wiggle his way out of it. He been doing it all season.
And then he'll have like 3 or 4 innings where it's just lights out.
So he been doing it all season.
Okay.
Literally, he'll give up a run or he'll give up 2 runs, right? Then he had these innings where he just like, oh man, he finna get blew out, man. He about to give up 3-4 runs and then Dusty gonna have to yank him. But he'll get a run to the second. Run to get on third, run to get on first, is 1 out. And some kind of way he find a ground ball for a double play.
Man,
and he get out the inning.
I don't know.
Or some kind of way he got to run on third. He got to run on third.
Bro, he's scared.
And it's no outs. He strike out one guy.
He's scared.
He strike out one guy. He may give up one. He may give up a run on the fly ball, and then he get out the inning. And we only hurt. Then he give you 4 innings of scoreless ball. I'm like, that's what he do. That's what Farmer been doing it all year. Literally all year.
I didn't get comfortable till it said 9-4. Then I got comfortable. When it was 4-4, I wasn't comfortable.
Let me tell you when I got comfortable.
Man, I was about to charge somebody.
I got comfortable with the Stros when they tied it up.
I wasn't comfortable.
Let me tell you
when it went 4-4, I wasn't comfortable.
When you've been watching them for so long, once they tied it up, I'm like, oh, run coming. The run is coming. The run is coming. And when Preston Tucker, that's his brother. When Kyle Tucker went up, and I said he gonna hit a home run. They was already, because the momentum had already swung. Like Jordan had already got runs in. Carlos had already drove somebody in.
That guy's playing lights out.
Oh, Jordan.
Boy, this guy Alvarez.
Jordan gonna be the reason. Jordan may be the reason we don't keep Carlos. Because they know they gotta pay him.
Now you talking in more depth. I want this season to get out before I talk about that.
I understand, because I want to keep Carlos.
I want to.
I want my boy Los,
I want that murderous row like the Cardinals had for about 4 years.
Hey, look, man.
We've had a murderous row for about since 2015. We've had a good.
Because we had Gary. We got Gary L. Springer.
Springer wanted to get paid, man.
I'm not mad at him for getting paid. $100 million, I can't turn it.
Springer wanted to get paid.
If
man.
I had $1 damn million, $1 damn million, just $1 damn million, I'd be happy. So 125?
So look,
that's me, you, and my family living good, boy. What you want over there, Dub? A ski boat?
The fight about to start.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, we got to definitely get. We'll talk about that next week.
Y'all want to talk about the fight?
We'll most definitely do.
Fury and 8. Let's go.
Boom. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get to the cast your picks. So what we're gonna do is who do you have winning each division? Divisions and teams will be on the screen, and this is NFL.
This is the NFL. So, go ahead, Jay.
Oh my God, you go. I got it. Okay, I got the Rams coming out the NFC.
Not your 49ers?
Shut up, man. This shit talking this noise. And we know your Green Bay Packers coming out this division because Chicago ain't got a chance to kill, and everybody else in the lottery pick, as you can see.
Hold on.
Who else gonna win? Detroit gonna win 10 in a row.
I'm mad at Green Bay's point difference. Yeah, bro. They 3-1 and they got -5 point difference.
But
keep going. Go ahead.
Whatever. And this division is interesting. But for now,
South?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Is it?
It's interesting. Saints can get on the roll. Carolina Young Bucks can get on the roll. But you know who I'm going to take? I'm going to take the crafty veterans. I'm going to take Tampa Bay out of this. I got to.
You was taking Tampa Bay from the beginning.
And guess what? We already know this lobster juice, dumpster juice,
garbage truck juice.
Spray some water on them. We already know Dallas got this.
I didn't know what lobster juice was.
Dallas got this. Dallas got this.
And I got what he's saying with the lobster juice. Because it's like, you ever smell lobster juice after you had it in trash for a day?
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. And then we know
Like
Tennessee,
the
right now
NFCs.
Tennessee playing 500 ball and they number one. Ain't nobody else in this division playing. Everybody else in this division, they in the lottery.
Now,
So it's Tennessee.
Okay.
And then Buffalo gonna be my dark horse right here. None of these teams finna come up and all of a sudden beat Buffalo. You know this. Buffalo got this. Rest of them in
you
the
don't
lottery
trust
play.
Mac Jones?
Hell, man, them those guys in quit. Hey, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Out of this next division, I'm gonna take the Browns. You know why? Because they play defense and they can run. I'm taking the Browns. Pittsburgh. Y'all on the
That's
clock.
your picks? All right,
Y'all
let me
better
do-
get rid of Ben. No, I got a sleeper one. I got my last
go
one.
ahead.
I'm gonna ride with Kansas City.
That's not a sleeper.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride because they on the bottom, so they the sleeper right
That's
now.
not a sleeper.
Everybody cheering. I'm
Bro,
gonna
that's
take
not-
Kansas City.
That's not a sleeper pick.
I'm
bro.
taking
It's
Kansas City.
That's not a sleeper
But
pick.
let's go.
Gruden bound to mess up
All right,
4 games.
Here we go. So in the NFC West, who I got in the NFC West? I got the Rams winning that division actually.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Rams because I go by. So listen, before I start, I go by who has the best quarterback. That's simply all I go by. Like, division, I strictly go by who got the best quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I strictly go by that. Okay,
So Kyle Murray ain't playing lights out right now?
dude, he's not the best. He's not a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford.
You don't think so?
No, I think he's not a better
I
quarterback.
think he's a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford right now. I'll say that. I'm gonna let you have your
Through the whole season, he won't be a better quarterback. than
I'll
Matthew
say
Stafford, but
he-
it's
I'll
cool. I
say
mean,
he will.
he MVP candidate right now, but I'm still
I'll
take
say
Matthew
he
Stafford.
will.
But anyway, I got the Rams. All right, in the North, y'all know I'm taking my boys. I'm taking the Packers. That's kind of easy.
I'm sure, no duh.
NFC South, who got the best quarterback? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? And they just won Super Bowl. In the NFC East, that one's kind of given.
That don't even.
It's the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Man.
you ain't got no
Cowboys,
choice.
bro. All right, so we go to the AFC. We got AFC South. That one was a little tough because I was trying to, I'm going off my principles, right?
No.
And I'm going off who got the best quarterback.
No.
And the best quarterback in that division is Carson Wentz.
No, don't do this to me. Oh my God.
I'm going with the Colts. I'm going
Oh.
with the Colts.
So you gonna take 2 ankles over
2 ankles.
You gonna take 2 ankles over the Titans?
Yeah, right.
They
now.
got their ground.
Man, Titans can't stop nobody, man.
That's okay. Wentz neither.
Titans can't stop nobody, man. I'm just being honest. In the East, I'm going with the Bills. In the North, I'm going with Baltimore because they got the best quarterback. And in the West, I'm going with the Chiefs. But I got wild cards and I got sleepers because
Who you got sleepers
in the
with?
West because I like the Chargers.
Who
man.
your sleeper?
I like the Chargers. I like
I
Justin.
like
Herbert.
them too.
I like them. I do. And it's funny because all my teams in the West for the wild card are all my teams in the wild card are all in the West for the West.
All
for
your
the AFC.
sleeper teams.
All my sleeper teams in the AFC are all in the West. Like that whole AFC West is really good.
Yeah,
Like it's really good. Like
But-
I love Denver's defense.
But Gruden bound to mess up, dog. He's bound to mess up.
And you know,
He's
they
bound
just
to.
came out with some stuff on him. Too.
He's due for 4 or 5 mess ups again a year. He's due.
Yeah, but I think that's me secretly rooting for Derek Carr,
Oh, okay.
and that's me secretly rooting for Waller.
I get that.
Oh yeah.
I get
Yeah.
that.
I like Waller.
I get that.
I like his story.
But
so I'm
unfortunately,
rooting for his story.
unfortunately, Gruden's is there.
Yeah, he probably gonna mess up and they're gonna end up last in the division. Of course,
He's gonna do something stupid.
Denver gonna end up 8-8, like they gon' they 3-1 right. They gonna end up 8-8, but I still like their
He
defense.
say 8-8.
They for real.
They
They
got
gonna
a
end up
tough.
8-8. Watch, they gonna end up 8-8.
They got a
The
tough
Raiders gonna end
defense.
up 9-7 and just miss, or 10-7 and gonna just miss the playoffs. Denver gonna end up 8-9. Like they're gonna be 8-8 and they're gonna be like, oh, we got an extra game to win, and they need to win the game.
And they don't.
And they don't. Lose it to the Jets or something. Right? You know what I'm saying? And then the Jets end up getting the number 2 pick because they won the last game.
So you still
Like,
think, so you still think it's gonna be charged?
it's still gonna be Chargers Chiefs, bro. Like
Uh,
listen, bro. It's all about the best. When you get later into the season, bro, it's quarterback play. It's quarterback play. Is your quarterback the best quarterback on the field? When you can't sit here and worry about skill positions. Who got throwing the ball, right? You can't sit here and worry about the defense because if you got a quarterback that can beat a good defense, you're gonna win. If you got skill positions and you ain't got no quarterback, you're not gonna win. You got a quarterback with no skill positions, you probably can still win because Tom Brady went to the Super Bowl like that. I just think a quarterback can just win you games. It's the most important position in football,
sure.
bro. So I'll pick my division winners off of who got the best quarterback. It's simple as that.
I like that analogy.
My wild cards in the NFC. Don't sleep on Washington simply because of their division. Simply because of their division.
They at
Because-
2-2.
But because of their division, they got a chance. Because if you do well in your division, that gets you wins.
They get you. You can get.
They get
what?
you wins.
You can get 9 solid wins.
You can go 5-1 in your division, and you can go 9-8, and that'll get you the number 7 seed in the playoffs.
It could.
Now you may get knocked down the first round because you got a bad matchup, but
you gonna
that
get
get you the
blew
playoffs.
out
Don't sleep on
first
Washington.
round.
Plus they got a good defense. So
First round,
don't
you
sleep on
gonna
Washington.
get
Exactly.
hammered.
I like the Panthers because once again they defense, and I'm thinking about their defense later on in the season. They did just acquire Stephon Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
My boy J.C. Horn is coming back. They did just acquire what's my boy from Jacksonville? They acquired another cornerback from Jacksonville on the trade. So like they getting their defense better. I already like they defensive front. They got Sam Darnold at quarterback. They got a good running game. If Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, they got weapons on the outside.
Chuba look solid.
Chuba good too, but
Chuba looks solid.
We know C-Mac is the guy.
Well, we know
C-Mac is
we
the
know
guy. They got weapons on the outside. DJ Moore's a
Moore.
dog.
That dude.
DJ Moore's a dog, bro.
That dude.
DJ Moore's a dog. So they got weapons on the outside. Like I like their team,
That
bro.
dude look good.
They got a deep threat and what's my boy that might keep drafting every year, Robbie Anderson. They got a deep threat in him, so you know. They got weapons, bro. I like their team. Like those, so don't sleep on the Panthers. And then my last team, they win in their division right now. They're the only undefeated team in football right now. But I don't think they're gonna win their division, and it's the Cardinals. I don't think they're gonna win the division. They may be undefeated right now, but they started off 6-2 last year, and I know it's because of Kyler Murray injury and he got hurt, and they kind of tailed off at the end. But I still think they're a really good team, and I still think they probably the third best team in their division.
They ain't the third best team. In
They're the third best team in their division.
The third best team in their division is San Francisco.
They're the third best team in their division, but they got the second best quarterback.
They got the best quarterback. This guy here is playing
Third best quarterback.
No.
They're third best team because they got the third best quarterback.
No, this guy here is playing lights out right now. He's playing better than Russell.
No, they're third best team because they got
playing-
third best quarterback. He's playing better than
he's
Russell.
playing
Is he
better.
You gonna pick him up for Russell?
No, because Russell's too savvy.
Exactly.
But
Okay.
right now,
Exactly.
overall talent, this guy's lighting
No,
guys
right
up.
now, yeah, he is.
This guy
right
lighting
now,
guys up.
he's my MVP
Right
front
now,
runner. Right now, he is.
He's lighting guys up.
But this is a 17-week season,
Yeah.
and in 17 weeks,
That's
they
not-
won't. They're gonna be the third best team in that division.
That's my only question about
We're gonna
him. His
revisit
health.
this.
If he stays healthy for 17 games, trust me, Cardinals will be there.
I'm interested to see this Russell injury too. I want to see how that plays out.
They
'Cause he
didn't,
got injured Thursday.
they
I
didn't
wanna-
even call it though. They didn't even call it yet. They just said a hand injury. I'm trying to see if it's
The
a
boy was in the
fraction.
hospital. I seen him post a picture
Is-
with his
is-
finger,
is-
with his hand up.
Is it a fractured hand?
Boy he had a good hand going.
Is it a fractured hand?
He had a strong hand going.
Take my hand.
Yeah, take my strong hand. He had a strong hand
Because
going.
if he's out 2 games, they at a disadvantage.
We'll see, man.
Well,
We'll see.
I'm-
Gino
and-
Gino came in and played well though.
Well, Gino looked good, but it works for me and my
That's not good,
49ers.
man. That's
Hey,
not-
let me
that's
go
not
ahead. Let
good.
me go ahead and give you my picks. NFC West, I got the Rams. NFC North, I got the Packers. NFC South, I got Tampa Bay. Even though I kind of really wanted to pick Carolina because I like Carolina and what they're doing right now. Even though they lost to the Cowboys last week,
That
but
new juice, huh? That new juice.
a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit. You know, NFC East definitely got the Cowboys in that. AFC West. Let's not act like the Texans weren't the best team when Tyrod Taylor was at the helm.
For 2 weeks, huh?
I hated to. I really not rocking with the Texans, my hometown team right now. But let's not act like the Texans weren't the best team.
But
in
the
that division.
Texans still go Texan, bro.
They are.
Like every year they do that shit.
They are.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna curse on my own
But-
station, but they do that every year. Like
but this division is so trash.
I'm with you, bro.
That I'll just go out on a limb and say the Texans. I just go out on a limb and say the Texans. Anyway,
And it's crazy because
They could
they
possibly
still got a
get-
chance.
I mean, look,
If they
Because-
win 4 games in a
The
row,
reason why is because they can win 7 games.
in a row, and you win,
No, they can win 7 games all season.
all season and still get in.
and still get
Even though they got dogged last week, but we expected it against the Bills. But they can come back and still win that division, which is crazy. So I'm gonna say
It's bizarre.
That's crazy.
Texans.
Jacksonville still got a chance. They ain't won a game.
I'm gonna say Texans. Let's go with AFC East. Definitely Buffalo. Okay, they're definitely going. AFC North. I understand where Wayne's coming from with the quarterbacks when it comes to but I like Joe Burrow. and I like his weapons.
I'm with you on that.
I like his weapons.
I don't want to believe in Cincinnati yet because I want to wait and see how they fare against a good team.
Right. Which is why you waiting this week.
I want to see how they play against, and they're at home this week too. They playing against Green Bay in Cincinnati, so I want to see how they play. And that's the 12:00 game. I'm tuned into that one.
I think a lot of people are calling for Joe Burrow to be one of the top QBs in the next 4 years, so 3 or 4 years. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually anxious to see what Cincinnati's going to do. But for right now, we'll go ahead and give the slight edge to Baltimore. And as far as the AFC West is concerned, I got the Chargers, actually. I got the Chargers over the Chiefs. I watched that Chargers-Chiefs game 2 weeks ago, and I really think the Chargers showed a lot of good, faced against, especially against the AFC champions and the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm a Justin Herbert fan. I've been a fan of him since he was with Oregon. So, I mean, I'm going to go with the Chargers. I think the Chargers run away with that division at the end. Mm-hmm. Not right now or in the middle, but I think at the end they run away with it. And man, I think it's gonna be crazy. What we see from the NFL this year, like Wayne said,
it's gonna be some new teams, man.
Be some new teams in the Super Bowl this year. I'm excited. Super Bowl party. I don't know where, but I'll be there to enjoy it. We might live stream it. Definitely might live stream the Super Bowl. It's gonna be really dope. But anyway, this was the episode 9. We love you guys for
good to be back.
Man. Good to be back. It's been a while. We took a little hiatus, so this might be, season 2.
Right.
Of the show. But love you guys, man. Stay clutching around, man, and keep your ear to the streets on the sports. Love y'all.